So, hello and welcome to this week's Stinkcast. I'm Trog, and with me is my good friend Sir Kodiak. How are you doing tonight, Sir Kodiak?
Hey, I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing good. My team is officially over, but I'm doing good.
Yeah.
How was your week?
My match was fine. This was against a low-ranked Underworld. I grounded out 2-1, no real problems. Just a very straightforward match. Your match was a lot more interesting.
Yeah. I went against some rats, and a gutter runner killed my most fun player. The best Pestigor that ever lived is now dead. So
It was such a beautiful piece.
Yeah, it was so great. Leap, very long legs, rackle, agility up. So he could leap anywhere and basically sack it better than a wizard. And now he's gone.
Yeah. Totally changes the game, right? To have that on your team. And
yeah, because I didn't play like regular Nurgle. Like regular Nurgle punches and tries to play the removal game, win 1-0 or grind 2-1. And I actually played to sack the ball, so it was rather fun. And now the team is fine because the pillars of the Nurgle team are not the Pestigors, are the warriors, and my warriors are actually quite good. But the team is no longer fun, so I'll take fun over fine any day of the week. I'm already thinking about re-rolling. So, but well, that's part of the game, and it's nice also to talk about it in these recaps. Like, maybe some of you guys are thinking about re-rolling too, and that's fine. It's part of the game. You don't have to take it too seriously, and well, that's it. So let's move on to the division itself, 4B. Quite a few surprises this week. Some matches were quite predictable, but others were you have to guess a little. We both had it quite wrong, so it will be interesting to see the results. Let's go to game 1. Got the Murderous Space Elf Troop versus Rough Knuckle, and we have the first offset of the week.
Yep.
What do you think about this one?
I thought this was a dream match. I did not see it going this way. I thought your tie was possible. I thought my win, obviously, the one I predicted was possible. I didn't see this one coming. Though if you look at the left side of the sheet, you can kind of see why it happened.
Yeah. Chaos doing chaos things. When Chaos get the removals, there's not much you can do, no matter what team you are. But I think Cullen deserves this one. I think he has played this season better than what his record reflects. I don't know what you think about. I
thought he played a good match.
Yeah, but I also think he has played a good season, and maybe his record wasn't reflecting it. He has had more ties than he should. So good for him. I think this was a good win and makes the fight for the top ever more interesting.
Yeah. And in terms of the result, it was an interesting match in that all three of these touchdowns were defensive touchdowns. It involved taking the ball off the other team,
right?
And that's a neat pattern. It was, and basically in the second half, it was the Dark Elves just didn't have the pieces to hold together, and we saw the limits of Motley's ability to kind of play up as he just got ground down here.
Yes. Not even the Wandering Apothecary was able to prevent all the damage. About the permanent damage, Strength busted Witch Elf, that's probably dead. Other than that loner, a lot of bad hurts. I see a Man and G there, that's not so bad. So he still has a team. Besides, he knows how to play without one, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to game 2. We got Mike's by Dixie Wreck versus Crypt Lords. Okay, you got this one right. Seems I actually missed this one. Did Jerry Rice do a thing or not?
No, well, sort of. So because Crypt Lords 2 Boogaloo never scored, he never got the chance to one turn. So I'm still waiting to see one of those. He was useful though in that, basically when Jerry Rice was used to get out of his like incredible speed was used basically to keep the ball out of blitzing range of Redbeard's pieces. So the fact that he's got like this super fast catcher came into play. It's what really locked down this win. But no one-turn touchdown.
And I see yet another death for the Creep Lords.
That was so awful.
What do they have now? Like a couple of rookie whites, a lot of rookie zombies.
The good Cabin Boy Tom, which is a very expensive goal.
They just have a kind of nice ghoul, and maybe that's it. A decent fleshy. They don't have a team, and that's really bad because Necro are not elves. You know, elves can play without a team. Elves can do shit with a wizard. Elves can do shit with Eldril, but Cheney is nice, but he's too expensive. If you get Cheney, you don't get anything else, which is what you see in this match. You know, Cheney doesn't offset all the tools that the humans had just with one player. So it's getting really rough for this Necro team, and
it's a shame. And you look at where this team is compared to say some like rookie teams in their season, and some of those are doing better, except for basically Cabin Boy Tom, which is a really special piece.
Right.
But other than that, this is like a mediocre first season in terms of development at this point.
But it is what it is. And then we got. I put the wrong note. Then we got Sun Eaters versus Greenskin Gut Splitters, and Squid Fight failed me, but he also failed you. Nobody expected the undead win this week, so good for you, Solari. You shut us both down. What do you think about this one?
I thought this was an interesting match. So this 2-1 result, I felt like it could have gone the other way. That there was really a pivotal turn here where Squid 5 had to basically did a blitz with his ball carrier. It was a 1-die blitz, and it was a skull re-rolled into a skull, putting his guy on the ground. In a situation where I think all he really needed was a push even, and that's kind of some bad luck. On the other hand, that was Solar having done a really great job of just putting pressure on the cage turn after turn and forcing that sort of like desperation play. So I think a deserved win by Solar, but also one where I'm guessing there was a turn where Squid 5 was a little disappointed in how the dice went.
Yes, and if you think about it, when the guy you're punching with is a block piece, a one die into a 1-die is basically a 1 in 36 fail. So it's not that hard to. So maybe he needed the push not to turn over, but even a both down would have prevented the immediate turnover. So getting out skull into a skull is really bad luck.
But it's also a situation where like even if he pulled it off, he wasn't going to be he did not have like a great play there. Right. And so it was it was still, that was Solar doing a really great job.
Yeah, good. And Solar's team. It's also lacking a bit. He leveled a zombie. I hope he makes it into a dirty player, but I don't think he will. He seems to like to develop his zombies into actual players. So, but
and normally when you take the skeleton, the idea is like, well, that's going to be your fouling piece. That said, there's to be nothing wrong with there being 2 dirty player pieces on his team. And so I would definitely also take dirty player.
Also, his undead team is not very punchy. He doesn't even have a tackle piling on piece. Both his whites are nice, but are probably more scrum whites than blitzing whites. So he has to get the damage from somewhere, and dirty players are a great tool that I think many coaches don't use enough. Also, undead are a pretty cheap team, so they can get their bribes when they go against floating teams like Nurgle, and that's a chance to equalize the damage, So I would really consider getting a dirty player on this zombie, absolutely. Then we got Skirgle versus Careless Coders. Not much of a surprise here. Like I said on the preview, I know Chaos Ubulu is a great coach, but at some point the weight of one team can really make the difference. Nurgle is a hard match for Underworld. It always is. They can't. I don't know if you have any comments on this one.
No, I only saw a little bit of this match, but yes, Nurgle's got a lot of tools to shut down the things that make Underworld fun. You know, tentacles to deal with the goblins and the claw to do a lot of damage.
Yes. I didn't watch this one live, but I managed to catch the replay. It was kind of one-sided, and not because Keosulu made particularly like a egregious mistake. No, it's just the fact that Nurgle has so much to overpower Underworld. Then we got Arequipa Nurglers versus the Butcher's Block. We both predicted this one, and it was pretty brutal for Chaos Time, but doesn't see. I actually missed this one. I wasn't able to see it. Did you see this one?
No, I did not get a chance to see this one either. I only saw the match report.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, obviously a lot more damage to Chaos Time, though I think in terms of like losses, Louis Jano took the worst loss with Gamma Nagar.
Right.
Straight up dying.
Is this the second big loss he has in the season, or am I thinking
Yes, I believe so. That I think Pi, I'm not gonna say the whole thing. The fourth Pestigore, I believe is a replacement that was purchased mid-season. That he had something else there, though I don't remember what it was.
Right. So I think we jinxed Luis Cano. we said he would be able to prevent damage.
Oh, yeah.
The worst part. So sorry, Luis.
Yeah.
But well, he took the W, big one, especially after Motley lost. So the top of the leaderboard is burning hot right now.
Yeah.
Then we got Donkeys and Elephants versus Hell's Kitchen. We actually both predicted this with, and yeah, Shadora is kind of pulling off the miracle. He has to win, and he's getting the W's. I was talking to him on Discord, I think yesterday or the day before that, and he has said like, "Oh, you guys should notice me now." And I think if we start noticing him, he will start losing again. So I'm not sure if I want to jinx him.
Yeah, he started struggling at the beginning of the season. I see, essentially on the weight of you picking him as like the team that was going to win it all. That locked in a couple losses right at the start.
Right, and
so now finally we're no longer talking about that, and he's doing better.
Yeah, like I think every season this happens with at least one team that gets heavily jinxed by the casters. Definitely Donkeys and Elephants is the team that's getting cursed by me. Like every time I think they're gonna win, they lose, and when I stop giving a shit about the team, they start winning again. So I'm not sure you want my attention, Shadora. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, not a great season for Hell's Kitchen. On the other hand, no big losses either. So the team keeps developing. At this point, they're not really fighting for anything but development. So not a terrible match in that regard. They got a really nice MVP. You always want more SPP on Ulfs. So yeah. Anything to comment on this match?
No. I mean, basically Shadora's game going the way he'd want it to.
Right.
Just a nicely played match.
Yeah. So great MVP on the Norse, shitty level up on the Chaos. You never want.
Yeah, that's a piece you actively want to like not get any kind of level.
But well, it is what it is. Then we got finally Legendary Wordsmith versus Leaping Lizards. You guys are the reason we're doing this recap at 1 a.m. in the morning, because you never played your match.
Yeah.
But here it goes. It was kind of predictable too. The Leaping Lizards are taking all so much damage this season.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the caster curse, right? I was like, came in to see, this is such a beautiful team, what a wonderful Skaven team.
It was so nice at the beginning of the season.
Like, yeah. He's still got like a couple few nice pieces, but man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, skin number 2 is great. Absolutely best piece of the team. I actually got wrecked by rats this week, and the rat that made most damage is a rat that's like skin number 2, but more developed. It had the strength up, it had 2 heads, it had wrestle, but it also had tackle, if I believe. So it was a brutal piece, and I think that was the piece that killed my Pestiwar. So yeah, that's the thing about Skaven as well. They can develop tall. So if that Clawstorm Vermin, that Bolt Carrier Gutter Runner, and that Sacker Gutter Runner keep developing, and the rest of the team are rookies, it's not really that bad. You can play the Inducement game. Rats can really do that. So it's not a hopeless team in any chance, but maybe this is a hopeless season for them. Just keep playing the development, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and I'd absolutely agree. He's got the 3 pieces that do the things he needs to do. He's got Crocscar to do some damage, like really a really targeted way, and then he's got a Skink that can put the ball on the ground and a Skink that can pick it up, and that's just the Skaven game.
Yeah, and now he has a Dirty Plater Rat. So, I mean, I hope he does that
would make sense. It hasn't been chosen yet, but yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because with Skaven you can probably not only afford the wizard, you can also afford the bribe if you want, and fouling every turn is so good for damage. And they have the kicker, so they can take advantage of the blitz. How would you call this? The blitz kickoff event.
Yes.
Yeah, they still have the tools. You're right. Maybe I was underestimating how they are developing just because they're having a bad season. Okay, so let's see how our predictions went. I don't know if you remember, but we said last week that we chose so differently that it was impossible to tie.
Yeah, we found a way. Well, they found a way. That's really on them.
Right. And a grand total of 33 out of 63. So we're still barely beating the coin toss.
Though I will point out, in terms of the coin toss, there's actually 3 possible, and so getting 50% isn't very impressive, but it's a little bit better than like pure chance.
Okay.
Pure chance.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I was being unfair to us. I hadn't thought about that.
It's still not that amazing though.
We still should do better. We are humans with brains, but fair enough. And okay, and then we got previews. So, game 1, Skurgle versus Murderous Spellthought. This is going to be a very good match, I think. Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's exciting. It's going to be a real test of Motley's ability to play, down TV. 520 and a lot of inducements, and that's assuming the replacement Witch Elf, which I think you have to do, right? Like you need that, you want that piece, and you're not gonna be like, oh, I should not do it in order to get more inducements. Right. 500 is plenty.
Yeah. What would you get with all these inducements? I have an idea. I want to hear you first.
So you're obviously getting the wizard.
Yes.
I feel like you're getting an extra apothecary because of just the amount of damage, and you'll look at like a Bloodwiser Babe or 2. After that, that's talk about like 350. I don't know what you do after that. I don't know Dark Elf inducement well enough. What would you do?
Eldril is in.
Oh, of course, yes. Yeah. I've seen him in playoffs. What a great piece.
Yeah, he always dies, but doesn't matter if you manage to get a sack with him, it's worth it. Also, Eldril is theoretically a pro elf catcher, so he has all the stats of a pro elf catcher. He has catch, he has nerves of steel, he has 8 movement. and I believe he also has dodge, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, Eldril is loner, catch, dodge, hypnotic gaze, nerves of steel, pass block.
Right. So he's
with
not...
with the 8-3-4-7 stat line.
Right. Everybody takes him because of the hypno gaze, which is obviously overpowered as hell. But he also is useful as a catcher. If you're not... Oh, obviously you don't want to use him to score because you want to level your own players, but in a pinch he can help with that.
Yeah, catch, dodge, nerves of steel. If you really need to get it in to win, and Motley's going to be looking for that, right? He's currently third in the division. He's going to be looking to maintain that or move up, and
right. He wants.
You take the touchdowns however you can get it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the kind of piece that can catch it, no matter if he has like a million pieces marking him. He has the tools for it. The tackle piece out is not great because best row has dodge, and they also have but he also has another tackle piece. I don't know. I'm mainly thinking that Motley will win this out of talent because he has shown us he can win with a shitty team. But that said, his team is not really looking like the kind of team you bet for, but I think he will win. I don't know.
Yeah, I also have him winning, but he is in a position where, like, Stacey's in a position where if he plays this game well, I think he can also win this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's got a lot to work with.
Yes, a lot indeed. Also, nerves of steel is not nose of steel, so those think is going to be a problem.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and dark elves don't have the speed of the other elves, so in the way that they can just run over the stink and maybe throw over it. He doesn't have an excellent pass piece either. So it's not a... I mean, if I just looked at the teams, I'd say Nurgle all the way. But I have to give credit where credit is due. Motley has been able to pull this off. He already beat the other Nurgle team that was the scariest one of the both. So yeah, I'm still taking Motley, but not for the team, mainly for the coach.
Yep.
Then we got game 2. Sun Eaters versus Arequipa Nurglers. And yeah, Mummy's Hate Claw. I'm taking the Nurglers. I don't know what you think.
I agree. For multiple reasons, like Louis Jano's been killing it. I think I like the Nurgle to Undead matchup. Also, just on top of that, I'm playing an Undead team this week, and so I'm not going to pick Undead in any matchups this week. So for all of those reasons, I agree.
Fair enough. How much inducements are the Undead getting? 190.
190.
You see, here's what I would do. I would get 2 bribes.
Mm-hmm.
And give that zombie dirty player.
Dirty player zombie 2 bribes. I love it.
I would foul every single turn. 16 fouls. That's how you fight it. I just you foul the Rotters because they don't have regen, and numbers are and getting a numbers advantage when you have 4 guard and the Nurgle have only 1 is a great idea. You foul every single turn with 2 bribes. That's what I would do in this match. I don't know what would you do.
No, I love that idea. I'm terrified of it in a match that they might do that. But I think it makes total sense. Just do damage and just get pieces off the field.
Yes.
And because like a wizard is just so unattractive, you can't buy an apothecary.
Forget about the wizard.
Otherwise, it doesn't strike me as being that exciting.
Yeah. You just foul the shit out of this team. And once they have less pieces than you can use your 4 guard pieces. 2 of them have strength 5, and you lock them down. You don't give them 2 dice because the moment these Nurgle have 2 dice, they will claw the shit out of your team in return. If you just stand back and waiting and exchanging blitzes, you're gone. Their blitz is stronger than yours. They have claw and you don't. But if you
that killer pesticle will just be like removing pieces.
Yeah, It's not an easy match in any sense, but if you're listening to us, Solari, that's the strategy. But still, I'm going with the Nurglers. I hope I'm wrong, but I think the Nurglers will win. And then we got... So, my head goes with the Nurgle, my heart goes with the Undead. Then we got Dixie Wrecked versus Donkeys and Elephants. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry, Shadora, but I'm going to root for you. Yeah, I'm giving it this one to the Chaos. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think Shadora's got the edge here. He's been playing great, really on fire. I think this is his match to win.
He doesn't. Shadora doesn't have many tools against Jerry Rice, though. If the humans manage to get a couple of removals, the screen that Shadora can make in the back is not very good because I believe he has an 11-man team. Let me check. 5, 6, 7,
12.
8, 9, 12. But still, not great. And they're not getting enough endorsements to do anything more with it. So yeah. I think if I'm the human team, I'll try to play the removal game. Also, but still, I think this is chaos. I mean, this just is like last week when I told you I can't believe this team is cheaper than their opponent, and I feel the same way here. They have 4 Chaos Warriors. They have a very nice Killer Beast man. They have tons of guard. They have tons of removal skills. They have a third player. They have a decent ball carrier goat, and they're still cheaper than the other team, which I believe is a worse team. So that's kind of nice of Chaos. Maybe I'm just used to Nurgle being so bloaty, but
would there be a Beast or Nurgle standing in there too, adding 180 TV to the team?
Yeah, and also the Nurgle Warriors are like 30k more expensive because you have extra skills and stuff. Like in the end, and the Pestigors cost like 20 more.
Yeah, Pestigors are 20 more.
Yeah, so I look at this team.
Chaos Warriors are only 10 less because they have the increased speed and agility.
Speed. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, it's the Pestigors or the Beastmen are cheaper. The Rotters kind of make up for that. I think it's really the Beast and Nurgle that does it. Yeah. It's a wonderful beast. I love my beast, but it's expensive.
It's expensive. You're right. It's probably the beast. But in any case, like if I saw a Nurgle team with this skill set, I'd say, oh, this is a 2000 team. And they're just 1700, so it's very, very affordable. They don't give up free wizards to everybody. It's a really nice team.
Well, that's part of it. I think they're at a really nice team value for this division, that they've been able to go through and just get a little bit, give a little bit, but not give up the wizard and really play their game.
Right. Then we got... Sorry, Shadora, I know we jinxed you, but... Okay. Wrath of Nuffle versus Legendary Wordsmith. Another great match for this week. Another great match. Will Wrath of Nuffle beat the king again? What do you think?
So I have Sean Foolery winning this. I think he's going to be able to get this done. He's been playing really well. But Cullen is not a pushover, and he's getting 110. Though I don't know what you spend it on. It's not, cause without Dirty Player, which it's really disappointing. There's no Dirty Player on this team.
Well, but
if you had that, then it would be. And I mean, and block Dirty Player's not.
We both
awful.
know he won't get it because he already has block, and he doesn't seem to be like the falling type. But I know it's going to sound like a broken record, but 100k is perfect for a bribe, And if he had the Dirty Player, he would do so much damage with it. I don't know why people don't use it more. I'm not sure what you get with 100k if you don't get a bribe. A couple of babes? I don't know.
I mean, it just like Sean Foolery has a very nice team, but it's not set up for damage, right? Like Jay-Z's the only damage dealing piece, and it's not that he's not that impressive. Like he'll be very nice someday, 2 more levels or so. But right now, it's
only 2 tackle against a team that's also almost has universal lodge.
Yeah, given that Lubu is not going to get dirty player, I would just do another tackle piece. Or Frenzy. Man, Frenzy would be fun. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what you do with that 100k. You'll have to think about it.
I don't know. I don't know. I think if you really wanted to win this match, you gave you give tackle to Lubu. I'm not sure he really wants to win it. If he just wants to play for development, you probably get Mighty Blow. Or guard. 4 guards. I'm going to call a tie again, and let's see how Colin again shuts us up and kills a Melty.
Yeah. Well, this is our first disagreement, so that's nice.
Then we got Crypt Lords versus Leaping Lizards, the battle of the cripples.
Yeah. Same team value.
Same team value. Interesting. What do you call for this one?
I'm calling Leaping Lizards. I think of like the remaining, like the team that survives. He's got the better team. Like with those like 3 really nice pieces. He's got like a little bit better record. Right, they both got 5 losses, but he's got 2-2 instead of 0-4. So I think he wins. But man, I don't even know.
Yeah,
it's such a weird pair of teams.
Most of the team value of the Crit Lords is in the fleshies, and fleshies are not really useful against rats.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to look. The only Mighty Blow piece is a fleshy, so that really sucks. Like you can feed that fleshy a line rat and let it play with it all the drive, and you're stuck punching a line rat. Yeah, I don't like it. I think Leaping Lizards are going to take it home. The only nice, no, not even the street ball, because the line rats, because the rats actually have a shoot hand speeds also. Yeah, it's. I think it's going to go with the rats. Then we got Greenskin Guts Clears versus Hell's Kitchen. This is going to be a hard one for the Norse. Norse struggle against AV9. Yeah. And Thorizo is not the most best behaving Yeti,
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you see for this one?
So this is the one that was hardest for me to pick. That I wanted to say, well, Hell's Kitchen could actually pull this off. They can play like elves. They can do that. Spaceline's been having such a struggle with it this season, and yeah. So for that, partly for that reason, I think I'm calling the Greenskin Gut Splitters.
We're agreeing so much this week. Yeah, I'm also calling the Greenskins. Like I said, Norse have a lot of trouble against AV9. That's what it is.
Yeah, this is where for Thorizo to be so expensive, you'd like him to have like block. For me.
Yeah. On the other hand, if you're fighting against orcs, you'll probably be blitzing with Thorizo every turn, and Ducks makes it kind of safe. And orcs have a lot of blocks, so both down doesn't really do anything for you.
Yeah, I'm more thinking of like after he does the blitz. When the orcs, he's stuck there, the orcs respond, and they can just have so much, get in there, control the area around him, and then just start fouling, or just like start getting nice hits on him if he dares to stand up, and yeah.
And something else that I see here that annoys me again, like I see the orc team, I think it's a lot nicer than the Norse team, and the Norse team is still giving them 20k inducements. And why is that happening? Because we have floaty pieces like Partey, or that thrower with movement, which I don't like at all. I don't think throwers should have movement. 6 movement is fine for a thrower. I don't know. It's a really expensive team. How much does Partey cost?
Yeah, I think Partey is, by recollection, is 110k, but I'm checking now. Partey is 120k.
Right. So, like, if Partey didn't exist, you could get a bribe, you know, instead of giving
Yeah, exactly.
to their team. So, what do you want more, like Partey or a bribe? I take a bribe any day of the week, you know. I don't know, or that thrower. It's 40k more expensive than it should be, or at least 20k. Like a normal would be fine on that guy, and giving him something more useful. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't like the thrower in general, frankly. I don't take the thrower when I do Norse.
On this Norse, I take it absolutely. I mean,
on the argument that there's two receivers that way, that you have with both runners. I mean, I don't hate it for that reason, but in that case, he needs sure hands.
Yes.
So that he could just be like a nuts and bolts, like this guy's gonna go pick up the ball and carry it around piece.
Or accurate maybe, so you get the 2+ pass, and then the
nice
runners have the 2+ catch, and you're like elves that can punch a little better, but movement, no, I don't buy it.
Well, it violates a sort of essential thing I generally have, which is I'm with a few exceptions, I'm usually suspicious of like improving a stat on a piece where that piece's stat isn't already the best in the team in like that category, right? Like you do movement ups on like your fastest pieces. You do agility up on your highest agility pieces. There's exceptions, right? Like on a Nurgle team, you take a strength up on a Nurgle warrior because 4 to 5 is still huge. 3 to 4 in a Pestigore is huge, but strength is basically like the big exception there. Most of the time, it's
I feel like only pump the good stuff. Good on any piece except a Nobbler because strength 2 is still shitty. But
right, yeah.
But yeah,
an 80k Nobbler.
any other piece, strength up is awesome. And but the other stats, I agree completely with you. Like movement up is awesome when you go from 8 to 9 or from 9 to 10. Agility is fantastic. Actually, agility might be kind of an exception too, because agility from 3 to 4 is great, but from 2 to 3 sucks. You know, not a big deal.
But I mean, there's not a lot of teams where you have like AG3 pieces that you would take agility on that also already have an AG piece, right? Like I would take AG up on a Pestigore.
I take agility on a Kislev player that's not a catcher. I take agility on a Skaven thrower, even though he's not a gutter runner. That's
okay. Yeah, that's true. The Skaven thrower was a really good example where that throwers are almost not great on that team unless they get AG, in which case they're actually really cool.
And then they become like a 5th gutter runner that has pass access. But in any case, going back to Space Lions team, and I'm sorry if I picked a little bit on your team, Space Lions, but you're a nice guy. You like the criticism, so I think your team is too expensive, man. I think you need to be a little bit more concerned about your team value, and that way you'll get more favorable matches. I think a bribe against this orc team would be invaluable because boots don't care about armor when you get a decent gang foul. And you shouldn't be giving so much inducements to everybody because your team is not that powerful to be able to handle it.
Right.
Yeah. Other than that, it's kind of nice to see how the berserkers are finally developing.
Mm-hmm.
So the team is coming out nice, but I think that he's a little bit too bloaty. So yeah, I'm going to with the orcs with that. And I think that was the last one.
Yeah. There's one more. I'll just say one note on this match. Squid 5 has 230k and already has a level 2 stadium, so I assume that will be some sort of a stadium enhancement for the actual match.
That would be cool. Yeah. For orcs, I think I'd get the security gate because orcs are so shitty at preventing 2 turns. They're slow, they don't have tentacles or disturbing presence or any real tools against a 2-turner. So it has to suck when you like do your perfect drive, score or turn 8, and then the other team gets a riot and gets 2 turns against you. Yeah. I think the smart choice for Squid 5 is a security gate, so at least on home games they can't do that to you.
I agree. I have the anti-riot stadium for my team, and I think it's even better for Works than Nurgle for the reasons you said, where they have more trouble stopping the two-turn.
Right. Then last game. Careless Coders versus Butcher's Block. Yet again, a very hard match for the Careless Coders. But this time, Butcher's Block don't have a really nice record. So, team-wise, I like the Butcher's Block better, but I'm sorry, Chaos Time, but maybe coach-wise, I'm leaning toward Chaos Ubalu. I don't know. What do you think for this one?
Yeah, I have Careless Coders winning this one. I'm sure some of it is just like affection for Chaos Ubalu from like being on. We were in the same clan last season and chatted some during like the last Chaos Cup, and so I want to see them do well. And I love Underworld. I love watching Underworld games. They're such a fun team. So I kind of just have like a real hope that they win. So I'm picking them just in that regard.
Okay, so let's analyze this because I want the Underworld to win too. But let's see if we can make it happen on the numbers. So they are home stadium. That's great because they have a Knuckles altar and they get a little bit of inducements.
It makes the 30k actually useful.
30, but they have.
Assuming it's a normal level up in that Underworld Goblin.
Okay, fair enough. But they also have plenty of cash and they have a pretty much done team, so they can spend cash. They can scam a little. I wouldn't hesitate to get at least a bomber, which is 10k.
Yep.
And then maybe some other piece, something expendable. More bodies the better. I don't think I'll scam so much money that so to be able to get a wizard. I mean, wizards are great for this team, but they don't get Knuckles altar benefits, so you have to pay 150 cash for it, and I think that's too much. That's on the one hand. They have a pretty big squad, which is great because the goblins die fast. They have the claw against the chaos, and the chaos only have one tackle, and that tackle is Niggle. So
yeah, and it's not the DNS is such a beautiful blitzer. At least in this matchup, it's a shame they don't have tackle in general, but for this game,
perfect,
incredible.
Right. For this game, tackle would have been bloat. So yeah, it's a perfect guy for this match.
I love Horn just says it's a fake Pestigore, right?
Right. I actually don't love the horns, but then again, it saves you having to use a goblin to get that assist. So it's not. I'm not sure I love it. I would have definitely taken tackle there instead of horns, but for this match, horns is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Underworld. Yeah. Sorry if we got almost everything synchronized.
We have
one disagreement.
Yeah, we have one match we disagree on. So yeah, Wrath of Knuckle versus Legendary Word. And I have as Legendary Wordsmith, you have as a tie. So that'll be the big match to see how that goes.
To finally break the tie.
And then of course be Cullen winning is what's really going to happen.
Yeah, Cullen's going to make it sure it remains a tie. So that's the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. I hope you guys can get your matches early, not like this week. It's almost 2:00, so thanks a lot for making for the effort and being here, Kodiak. I really appreciate it. I'm sure the rest of the division appreciates.
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah. So see you, man, and see you all on the pitch.
Yep.